Hello and welcome. Today we've got John Baxter, Dr. Faith, and Nancy who will be sharing her testimonials with us. And we are going to be discussing the Medbed technology. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview, unless, of course, myself and the guests can choose their words wisely due to the insane censorship that's happening right now. John Baxter and Dr. Faith, how are you and what have you been up to? We'll go with we'll go with John Baxter first.
Well, thanks having us on, Nicholas. It's a really important video that we're launching today. I'm with a special guest named Nancy. She has come to our show to showcase that she's been using the technology that we're showcasing today. So I'm looking forward to getting in there. And Nancy happens to be a patriot. So
absolutely.
Proud of that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm proud of that too as well.
So we're going to get over to Nancy later on for the testimonials and to see how she met you, how she's, how it's affected her using the technology as well, and what, issues that physical issues that she's had or experienced. But first, Dr. Faith, why don't you tell us a little bit about this technology and clear up the confusion with lots of people talking about this great awakening Medbeds that everyone's talking about, that everyone's waiting to come out, but there's no, indication of if they exist or where they're ever going to come out. But at least we've got something here that I believe that's tested and measured, that works, and people are feeling the differences when using the technology. So if you could, Dr. Faith, give us a short presentation of that, please.
Certainly. Thank you, Nicholas. Thanks for having us here today. The Tesla plasma device or Medbed, quote unquote, that John Baxter has developed, the Baxter Biohealth, he's created a device that when you run specific frequencies through the body, all right, whether you're running it through the hands and the feet, through this device, the frequency changes can literally alter the way the cell vibrates. Each human being has their own frequency. In other words, when they're all lined up, you feel great, you feel energetic, you feel happy, you feel ready to face the world. When you are not lined up, when your frequencies are not in alignment with who you are, who you were created to be by the Creator, then you're not feeling well. You might feel sad, you might feel depressed, you might feel sick, your stomach may not work appropriately. Your back may be in pain. You may develop arthritis from inflammation, which starts in the gut. But most people don't know these things because they have been brainwashed and indoctrinated into a system that began in the early 1900s, okay? This system started so that Big Pharma could purvey its products, and so that the medical establishment would have rule and reign over the people, because they just figured that the people weren't smart enough to understand about health and well-being. Well, this particular device, the Tesla plasma device that John Baxter's developed, can assist in addressing the issues that so many people are experiencing in life. And they run to a doctor for a pill. They run to the pharmacy to get a prescription filled. They believe that these things are going to make them better. Unfortunately, you have to go to the root cause. You have to go into and within your own body, your own spirit, because it's all connected, like it or not. And when you do that, then you're actually able to heal the body from the inside out. Address the issues that you actually have. This machine is programmable. So what Baxter will do is he will put in the number codes for whatever type of issue a person is having. Let's just say a really large issue that is occurring is Alzheimer's. It is supposedly a disease state of the brain, or dementia, which begins as people get older. And if you run the frequency, put in the code for the frequency of Alzheimer's, then what happens is there's a frequency that runs through the person's body and allows their cells to recognize that correct frequency and to course correct, to come back into alignment with what their body's code, what their body's cellular DNA should be experiencing. And that is how this machine works. It's kind of simple. And Royal Rife was one of the first scientists in the early 1900s who understood frequency. Nikola Tesla understood frequency. And they both used this scientific way of looking at the human body and looking at nature with the 369 Fibonacci numbers, as well as 618, which is also biblical. And they utilize the science to work with the body. That's really what Baxter Biohealth is about. Everything that we do is about the health and well-being of the human body. It's an amazing thing.
John, thank you, Dr. Faith. John, why don't you show us the book that you're holding now and just tell us what that book is about, please.
So this is essentially the Bible of frequencies over the last 100 years, right? From Royal Rife to Wilhelm Reich. These frequencies have been understood when they used to be able to use real microscopes to look at cells. They're not even allowed to look at the real cellular down to the nitty gritty anymore because that was taken away. These guys actually had the real machines to actually figure out what would stave off or aid against certain ailments. And so this book right here has over 1,000 different ailments that can be addressed with specific frequencies. And so over the last 100 years, you probably will never see a book this thick with this many ailments to treat. That's because this was compiled to be the best that could be available today. And so a lot of these frequencies, they range from a couple hertz all the way up to, over 50,000 hertz. And these programs will, whether it's a 20-minute, which is a very low program, typically most of the programs are going to be 40 minutes to up to 2 hours. So this technology, it sometimes it's a couple times, sometimes it's much more. To address something like leukemia, it's going to take a couple weeks of using this machine. Something like PTSD, we've seen it, 1 to 3 sessions. Depression, the same way. And like Alzheimer's right here, this is a frequency set that could take a couple weeks to help rid the body. And remember, we're talking about the machine today, but we've talked about having layers of healing technology. This is our primary third Tesla technology that we're about ready to showcase today. And these specific frequencies show a lot of improvement. And what you need to know about your own health is sometimes items like Candida or Lyme, which aren't really addressed a lot in the medical field, you could run those frequency sets on your body and stave off possible future. So you can be proactive with this machine. It doesn't have to be something specific that you have or don't have. But as far as getting the nitty gritty, narrow understanding of your specific illness, Faith said Alzheimer's. There's 5 different frequencies for Alzheimer's, but 1 if you have the actual disease. So there's a whole plethora of frequencies that could, for actually like Lyme's disease, which is very prevalent. It's nearly scary at so many levels. The Lyme's disease, it actually puts eggs in your body, like hatchlings. So to kill Lyme's disease, you have to kill the bacteria, you have to kill the eggs, And so there's different frequency sets for that. And that's how you address like Lyme's disease. So, there's a lot to it. And I've told people this, even if you get past all this and you're feeling really good, we talked about energy, frequency, vibration medicine. And if you can uplift your spirit, right, with your aura, essentially, you're breaking out those blockages, places of stagnation of the disharmonic frequencies in the body, and you can go even above and beyond that. Your special gifts and talents that you have as an individual, how well you're empathic, psychic, even emotionally available, and so many other levels, astral projection. These are some of these gifts that I'm talking about that you can actually elevate your health even further than just keeping you above dead, which is
Right.
the current situation.
Okay. Thank you so much, John. Dr. Faith, I've got a question for you. So when we have a technology like this in production, what kind of tests do we use to measure its effectiveness when knowing how good this product is?
For the actual normal everyday person, normal
Yes.
people want to know, did this person feel better after they used the machine? How many sessions did it take for them to feel relief from, let's say, Nancy, the pain of arthritis in her knees? She said 2 sessions, and she felt like it was easier to walk. So if you can garner testimonials of people who've actually used it and begin to compile that in a database, then you can begin to do some, cross type, views of, all right, well, this person had this, this, and this, and we use these 4 frequencies for this, and therefore we can extrapolate that for this particular issue, 3-pronged issue, let's just say Lyme's disease, because Lyme disease is not just one component. It's not just one bacteria. It's a component of a viral, bacterial, and parasitic. You have to hit all 3 angles. And if you don't, you will not get rid of it. That's why the current establishment cannot kill off Lyme's disease. And people have it for years and years and years, and it's debilitating. So if we develop with obviously you can use a lot of AI, but you collect the data from the patients, the people that use the machine, and begin to compile that. Then you can start to show the establishment or the healthcare professionals, this is how it works. It actually does work. And even getting them in the machine to use it goes a long way, because people will always talk about something that works. It's just the way it is. And in this current climate, this is something that I wanted to talk about when you came on, Nicholas, and you said we have to be so careful what we say. And that's such a shame, because you've got the establishment out there that's lying through their teeth, and yet we can't speak the truth about how the body really works. Something's very wrong there. And I think that everyone across the earth needs to know that, so that we need to be able to speak the truth in love, and help as many people as possible. That's really what this is about. We're not here to harm anyone or to do anything we shouldn't do. We're here to help people. It's why you do your show. It's why Baxter does Baxter Biohealth. It's why Nancy is sitting there having this device run on her so she can feel better. This is the most critical thing that we can be doing right now for humanity. And that's why we're all here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Faith. John Baxter, my question for you next was going to be, could you give us examples of the effectiveness of certain patients before we get over onto Nancy, please?
Yeah, so what we see is that here with the anti-aging bed product, we have so many great solutions. The bed cover, our number one offering out there, the grounding, far infrared, the cellular health portion of the bed is so important. even with the technology I'm about ready to show you, because it allows the flow of energy to go through, not just stop. And it also helps a healing crisis. Too much toxins at one time, you're laying on the grounding cover, clear, and that energy can pass through, right? And so what we see is letting go, right? Our technology and our shirt, which, this shirt is the frequency shirt, but it's around the heart, right? We're breaking off the stagnation. Whether you feel like you don't have a lot or not, come see me. I will prove to you that there is, right? We're shielding our heart and protecting it from all the different things, from past relationships, from all the different information that we receive, right? And so our technology starts in the heart. We talked about this with our team and Dr. Faith. The heart is electromagnetic. It's the most electromagnetic thing in the body. It's pumping, and when you use a different type of meter, you can see that this heart is pumping so much electromagnetic energy out there. It's the number one thing over the much more than the brain, and second to probably the gut. So knowing that, what we say, because I mean, you could be drinking bourbon. Let's say that drinking bourbon until 3 a.m., trying to heal that guy, or healing a guy that's fasting and eating healthy. So, we've seen some varying response, but overall, we see amazing results, and we're starting to document these results, life-changing results, letting go at such a level, tears come. And so basically, the frequency machine not only is like staving off past traumas, I am assisting with that too, talking people through. I've spoken to front face to face over 50,000 people in my 20 years. So I'm almost at a high level understanding intuitively, emotionally with the people that come in here. And so I see a lot of great results. A lot of people that remember us, tell everyone they know about us. But with that being said, I think we have something for almost everyone, in the sense that if you've seen some of my other shows, we have so many layers of healing. I've been doing this a long time, and that just like detoxification, we have our sauces. We have 3 Tesla technologies. That's why I have so many things, because I work with the person. I try to attack these types of symptoms and needs. And I think mainly, that's the real reason that we're having so much success. But to offer this machine here, something that's almost beyond me, and I'll tell you this story. A very famous inventor had passed away, and his wife took over the company. Well, they were very particular, right? Very, very, very particular. Well, they chose me. They chose me to run with this. So, this technology, it has been more than enough canceled over the years. We're running in a time where this is either now or never, right? And so I was gifted, and I feel very grateful and honored to be a chosen one. But this machine that we show you is that the pinnacle probably of some of our technology. But like I said, you have to understand the body at a high level. You have to detox the body. You can't be drinking bourbon every night till 3 a.m. So there's things that, as a patient that comes in, you need to know. But overall, I mean, the success of the people coming in, it's super high, I believe. And I'm very grateful for that, of course. And Nancy, of course, here, she came in from Georgia, believe it or not, to look for healing. And we see this a lot because in this field of new kind of health related, but old in a sense, that people don't have answers. They go to the primary physician or whatever. They're told there's only one big issue today. right? I had a tonsil issue. They didn't even try to treat me on that. They, and people are sent away. They're sick of the, not having real answers. They're sick of taking, petroleum-based pills. There's all types of things that have caused this to happen. But moving in the right part of the stream with the right canoe at the right time really helps. So what we show, what we've always shown, we don't talk. I try not to talk too much, but I like to demonstrate. I like to showcase what is available now and what is and what we have. And of course, everything always improves. But I can tell you this: I'm so passionate with our team, and our team is so passionate. We will never stop having, the best that we can possibly produce.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, John. Before we get over onto Nancy, could you please just show us around with the med bed? I think it's something we should have done at the beginning of the video. Is that okay? And then whilst you're doing that, if Dr. Faith, if you've got anything to add to that.
Nicholas, I think that, as you spoke about in the beginning, the med beds that everybody's been talking about off planet or whatever the case may be that are supposed to have been available. We don't know really what's what unless you've seen it and put your hands on something. None of us really knows. I do know one thing, that with the Baxter BioHealth, the Tesla plasma device, it's here and it's now and it's working. So if we can avail ourselves as much of that if and when these other types of holographic pods come available, then we've got to jump on it already. We're already prepared to step in and help people heal, so they don't have to wait. And I think that that's a really important factor to get across to the audience, is that there is help now to address some of the issues that folks have. And I would suggest highly that everyone look at the different levels of, addressing your issues that Baxter Health has.
Your screen's just gone blank there, Dr. Faith.
Sorry about that.
That's
sorry,
okay.
guys.
No worries.
My phone called.
Yeah, and we can't make too many. I can't even make too many disclosures about the what is considered the real med beds, because possibly the 55 scientists, I might be speaking to. So
Yes.
If that tells you anything of where they're looking or what they're trying to find, that's a fact. So, going into this, this is where a lot of people are looking, don't have a lot of answers. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase, the bed. We've seen the bed cover, right? The bed cover here has the far infrared on one side. It's got the grounding and EMF shielding on top. So this is a silver conductive, extremely conductive. Don't get this wrong. This is more of a circuit board, high advanced technology rather than a piece of fabric. And that needs to be known. The foundation plugs in to this foundation. This gives you electron antioxidants. And the number one thing you'll see with all of the technology is EMF shielding. It is huge right now. And until you experience it, was on a call with a guy last night, never even knew what EMFs were, tried our bed technology, looked into what we were saying, and he was saying he could actually notice it. So there's a lot of people like that have that issue. Of course, this is on an adjustable. She can sit in a zero gravity position. There's a canopy right here that can go around the bed. We've got the Tesla paddle technology, which we've seen that we can institute. But today, this Tesla plasma that Nancy has, see, she's all corded in with this electrical conductive glove. These are plugged in the machine. These are giving her frequency. And Nancy, if you don't mind sitting back in the bed here, you go. And she's got these on the, you can see the wires. The wires are going to the conductive socks. She's got the conductive gloves on, and you can choose. There's up to 4 that you can use. You can use the headband, you can use the elbow, you can use the knees. She's already done the knees today. So, and essentially, if you want to use the EMF shielding sleep eye mask to feel relaxed, you could. But Nancy's sitting there in 0 gravity. I can position her higher. Right now, I'm raising her head. I can put her in a more comfortable position. I'm raising her feet right now. And so we can put her in a very comfortable position, right? And right now, I can showcase the Tesla plasma machine. Right here, we're shooting this will emit on a spherical level the frequency. So you don't even need the electrodes to the conductive gloves. That just takes it to another level, but it's not necessary. You don't even need the gloves to address any of the illnesses. This is just something that we had added, and we will even up here at the top plug these gloves into our conductive fabric. That's our end goal, which should happen very soon. But this machine right here, I'm able to program the different frequencies on this pad. So what I do with this machine right here is I'll program the different frequencies. The machine knows because it's sending out the frequencies, and it will tell how much it's taking in the body by the reflection. So,
amazing. Right.
Yeah, and I'll turn it on right now if you'd like, Nicholas. Is there anything you would like to focus on? We've worked with Nancy here for arthritic knees, and one of the things that we could work on possibly would be maybe inflammation, maybe Alzheimer's. What do you guys say? I'll let you pick, and I'll pick the frequency.
Dr. Faith, why don't you go ahead?
I think inflammation is, without a doubt, probably one of the highest ones that I would run frequencies on, because it affects the entire body. It affects the brain, your nervous system, your gut, everything, the health of the whole body. When things swell up, they don't work properly. I would focus on inflammation and getting that down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put that in right now. And we'll do inflammation of the bone. Let's just do a bone inflammation. So, yeah, so in every frequency on this machine here is going to run at different rates. Right now it's at 2.65 hertz. And what it will do is it will cycle through. So at one portion, it's at such a level with the frequencies on these different plans, it will cycle through. It might jump to 5,000 hertz. So this specific inflammation issue is basically going to last just roughly an hour. And through that hour, you will feel pulses of electricity through your hands in different times through different sets of frequencies. So inflammation is one of the top ones. And so it will go through a series of frequencies that are proven to assist and aid with those ailments. It's a long list of many doctors that have worked on this over the years.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can see it right now, but that's a purple light. So with this resident light frequency here, know that fiber optics, all information throughout the world gets shot through fiber optics and light. So light has a lot of information. And when it's over 10% of the actual parts per million, it's plasma. And at that level, this thing will work 10 to 15 feet away. And that's why I say you don't really need the conductive gloves. It just takes it at just an amazing level, especially for taking out parasites. All the different things we were talking about, like Lyme's disease. You have to have those types of frequencies, and the gloves really help with something like Lyme's disease because you're hitting it at different frequencies and different and in different ways with light and that type of thing.
Okay. Is this still going on, and how long does it last for, this session you're doing now?
For the inflammation is going to last about an hour. And Nancy has already done about an hour with her knees. We are, I don't know what we're doing on time, but if at any time if you want, we could sit Nancy up. Other than that, just let me know because.
Absolutely. Let's sit Nancy up and let's have her say and see what she thinks about the technology and also how it's affected her.
All right.
Hello, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So tell us, what did you use the Medbeds for? What was the focus for you?
Arthritis. I feel like I've had arthritis for probably 20 years, if not more, and just kind of ignored it as I was raising children and doing what you have to do in life. And I decided to look for alternative treatments other than going to the doctor and getting pills, which is what tends to happen when you go to MDs. And I was in the medical field for over 20 years. So last year I received stem cells injections, and it's quite miraculous. It helped me a lot, but the arthritis or the pain of the arthritis came back severely in my knees. So I was looking for an alternative treatment, and I was watching you like I do faithfully. And you had John on your show, and I knew he was a good soul. I could just look, like I can tell you're a good soul. And what he was talking about as far as frequencies, and I've been learning about frequencies. In the medical field, we were never taught about frequencies. We were taught the human body as a mechanical issue, kind of like a car. And as soon as I heard frequencies and that our bodies are filled with frequencies and we can be healed through frequencies, this is what John was saying. It rang true to me. So I went on his website, made a phone call, spoke to someone here. Everyone's so nice here. They've been so wonderful to me. And I asked them, could I come to their office? And they said I could. I was so grateful to find out that it was in Orlando, which is only 5 hours from me. So I made the trip down, had my first treatment yesterday, had my second treatment today. This is my third treatment. And what I have noticed with my knees are that they're not as stiff, and the pain has subsided tremendously, especially when you get up, as John said, get up and walk around and tell me how you feel. And after I did that, I'm like, I feel so much better than when I walked in this morning. So I believe in this technology, and I believe that this is the future, but it happens to be today. Right now, we can have this technology today.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, it's available right now, definitely. So who would you recommend this technology to?
I can't think of anyone that I would not recommend it to. I did look up diabetes. I know a lot of people with diabetes. I have a cousin. I'm feeling the frequencies now as it rises. It's a great feeling. You can just feel the pulsations, and you can feel the healing occur. So I was looking up diabetes in his manual, and after 5 days of treatments, You should see a tremendous difference with diabetes. That is a terrible disease. My cousin has it, and I would do anything to be able to present this technology to him and others as well.
And you say that you've been suffering from arthritis. And you've felt an improvement recently because you've been using this technology. How many years before that have you been suffering from arthritis and having nothing to do about it other than our traditional supplements or medications, if you like?
Right. Pretty much, I would say at least 20 years, if not more. And arthritis gradually gets worse, with time and age. And I didn't really have a treatment other than, Advil, something like that. That's not a treatment at all. It just kind of helps you a little bit along the way. So I really haven't treated it with anything other than the stem cells and now this technology.
Wow, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you, John. Are you there?
Yeah.
Great. Well, guys, I want to say thank you very much. It's been an honor to have all three of you. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish? John Baxter, we go with you first.
Yeah, this technology, Baxter BioHealth, is on our website, Anti-Aging Bed, where you can get more information. This has been all over the country already. We're shipping these out, and then lots of practitioners, medical directors already have the technology, and they are testing it. They're learning about it. So I'm thinking here in a very short time, people can try this locally close to them. And that was the end goal, was to make sure that the people that got this machine were going to share it with the rest of the world. And so that was the plan, to help assist with the healing. In 2022, I made it a plan. It was my goal. I feel connected enough to say that I'm here to try to help heal the world. And so I'm crazy enough too to say that. So thank you for having me on your show, Nicholas.
You're very welcome. And Dr. Faith, over to you.
Yes, I just think that what Baxter is doing is a very powerful way to look at humanity. And, as somebody myself who's in the health field for decades and not really helping people because it was on the side of the pills and the poison, our bodies are being bombarded daily with the water that you drink, the food that you eat, the chemicals that are sprayed on us, aluminum and barium, and then you have your laundry detergents and your hand soaps and the things you put on your body. Constant bombardment that is pulling you off from your alignment and your frequencies. And this Tesla plasma healing device, the healing beds that Baxter has brought forth, are going to be a necessary part of going forward. And whether anyone likes it or not doesn't really matter, because they are valid and they work. And the more people that use them and the more testimonies that we're able to obtain, the easier it's going to be for people to see that this is very real. And I think that anyone who is a practitioner of health and healing for the masses, whether you're a physician, a chiropractor, an ARNP, anyone who has an office and you care about people, I would sincerely look into purchasing one of these plasma healing beds. I would do it in a heartbeat. I actually have a girlfriend and they have an anti-aging center, and I'm going to recommend that they get a couple of these.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Faith. John, you was going to jump in there.
No. I'm thankful for Nancy to be on the show too, so she could demonstrate and, see, I'm looking forward to, after the show, working with Nancy some more. So you never work a day in your life if you love what you do. So.
Absolutely. And as for the deep state, it's better to, you're laughing. I was going to say it's better to live for something. To die for something than live for nothing. I always say that. Nancy, is there anything that you would like to say to the viewers before we finish?
I would like to say thank you to Baxter Technologies. Thank you to John and his amazing wife, Oksana, and the staff. They're wonderful people here. When I walked in the door, I felt like I was at home. And thank you, Nicholas, for all that you do for us. And God bless you.
Well, God bless you too. And God bless you all. And thank you very, very much. And we'll speak again very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nicholas.